this goes out with a huge thank you to Kim Stensbol. Thank you kindly. This is NASA. This is a photo of the Hubble telescope. Look, it tells you. HST studies blah 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 blah. The Hubble Space Telescope. You can save these images if you want. See, with Apple, you say save image as, and it lets you save it. And then once you've saved it, you can open it. So here it is, open. I've opened it with, I forget what the thing's called. Anyway, with a colour sync utility, similar to Photoshop. So here's the photo from NASA. Now, before I go on, let me just explain something. The other photos on NASA's website, Chandra X-ray Observatory, Chandra XRO, this is obviously CGI, which is another way of saying a cartoon, just a cartoon rendered with computers instead of with artists drawing and, you know, overlaying images. And this one also, obviously, a cartoon, computer generated cartoon. And Hayabusa 2, also obviously another cartoon. And this, oh, there's a bit more, also another cartoon. So another cartoon, another cartoon. This is very obviously a cartoon, you know. Another cartoon, another cartoon, another cartoon, another cartoon, another cartoon. So the point is, these are CGI cartoons, okay? So this one you might think is not a CGI cartoon, and you'd be right in thinking it's not a CGI cartoon. How can we test this? Like so, look. You go to Tools, you take the gamma, and you move up very slowly. What's happening? Oh, it's just going darker. Go down very slowly. What's happening? Oh, it's just getting a little bit brighter. Oh dear. What do I see here? I see what looks like somebody's hand. How did that make it onto the CGI? Or how did it make it onto the photo? If this is a photo of the Hubble, then it would have to be taken by something that was kind of there with an astronaut inside to take photos. But there isn't anything there with an astronaut inside to take photos. And if there ever had been something this close to the Hubble for them to take a photo, then they would have had to zoom in to the Hubble, because it wouldn't be this close. I mean, at the point the shuttle was moving away, people would have been busy doing stuff. Wouldn't be somebody there to just take a quick snap of the photo with the most weirdly shaped camera ever. So they would have to zoom in, and if they zoomed in, they would have lost those hands, because that's how zoom works. Those hands would have got bigger and bigger and disappeared. So let's carry on playing up. Contrast, let's see, there. Brightness, let's see, oh no, it goes very quickly with the brightness. Sharpness, don't know what that will do, nothing pretty much. Sepia, won't bother. Exposure, let's see. No. Oh, there. Okay, so let's go back to the gamma. Can anybody else see index finger, a middle finger, a ring finger, maybe even a little finger here, you know, stiff little finger, I don't know. don't know. Here's the thumb. The point is, none of this should be on this if this was CGI, and none of this should be on this if this was a standard photo, because nobody who's taken a photograph of the Hubble from space is going to stand some distance away from a reflective surface to the point that this would be captured. This looks like it might be somebody, maybe to get the lighting just right and to get the feel of authenticity, maybe they made a tiny little scale version of the Hubble, and maybe this is just one frame from a film of the telescope moving very gradually, and this are the hands of the puppeteer. The Earth would be inserted afterwards, I would say, okay? But this would be the puppeteer. And they said, look, dude, okay, we're just gonna have bright lights on the Hubble. Don't worry about it. You just stay back there, and we'll just change the saturation and the gamma, and you won't be visible. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe. But we can say for sure, this is not just CGI. And this is not a photographed from inside some spacecraft with a reflective window with the lights on in that chamber where this photographer would be, with the photographer a distance away from the inside reflective surface of that window to take a picture of the Hubble. Why? Because that would be stupid. It would be much easier to go right up to the glass, shield all of the outside of the front of the camera, you know, the bit that takes the image, like the front. Shield that, cover it with a black cloth so you get no reflections. I don't know. So maybe it's just another giant in space.